This year for Christmas, we decided to celebrate by visiting Branson, Missouri, and going to Silver Dollar City with Nick's sister and brother-in-law and their daughter, Jessica, Brian, and Elsie Krock from Krock's in the Kitchen.
It's something we've been talking about doing for a long time, and it was a fun, interesting trip.
Yeah, so we went in the beginning of November, and Silver Dollar City has always advertised they have 6.5 million Christmas lights. So I've been wanting to go for a really long time.
So the first day that we got down there was when they were doing the first lighting of the Christmas tree in the landing. So we went down to the landing and got to see that. It had a big countdown to when they were lighting it and stuff like that, and it ended with an advertisement for the bank that was sponsoring it or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was a little awkward, and there were some boos for sure. But then after that, they kind of moved on to the actual Christmas tree.
Yeah, and it was very cool. It was pretty giant.
Yeah, we got to hang out with my sister and go to some shops down there. There was a candy store and stuff like that.
Yeah, and we watched the fountain show. So it's not just Silver Dollar City and the landing that have Christmas lights and Christmas decorations. Every little place had, even the fast food restaurants had Christmas lights. The Chick-fil-A had a full-on Christmas light tunnel that you would drive through at one of those Christmas light, park things. And so of course we had to go see that.
Yeah, that's Elliot's favorite restaurants. So we stayed at Grand Country Inn. They also had the place decked out for Christmas. We spent a lot of time at the arcade. We also did the indoor mini golf.
And we spent a lot of time at the water park. Does that shock anybody?
So my sister is very much like me. On trips, she's go, go, go. Let's pack in every minute with something.
No relaxing. No breaks. Just go.
And so we were running up and down the stairs for the water slides and challenging each other to races. We did boys versus girls. So me and Elliot went on a slide. They went on a slide together, and it was a blast.
It was so fun. I will say they are go, 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 but it's super fun. You just are real tired afterwards.
Well, when we get back to the hotel super late at night, and we're texting each other let's go to the water park.
I finally got to a point where I was you guys go. I need to sleep. I do not have anything left.
And I've been bugging Mandy about going to the wax museum forever, just because, like, it's got this huge, like, thing on the outside that kind of looks like Mount Rushmore or something.
No,
or,
is it Mount Rushmore?
I don't know. There's like King Kong
King
or
Kong.
something.
That's what I was thinking.
And it just looks cool from the outside. So I'm like, we've just got to go. So I finally did it.
It's not really my thing. I'll say that much. Like, I'm not really into, like, wax museums. We've been to one and I was kind of like, okay, that's enough for me, probably for my whole life. But he's been wanting to go every single time. He's like, how about the wax museum? How about the wax museum? So he finally did it. And it was fine.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. It wasn't bad. It was actually, like, really, like, nicely set up and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was cool the way they had it set up. Like, they had this one room that was, like, all mirrors, and it was all the pop stars in their, like, fancy outfits. That was pretty cool.
And Elliot really liked the mirror maze. He had a blast doing that, and it was really crazy. Like, I feel like it was a pretty big maze, and it wasn't super easy to get through.
Elliot was like, he knew, like, he could find the way. I was like, I just kept running into the mirror. So sorry, that was probably loud. And then we also got to play mini golf. That was really fun. And it was like Hollywood themed. It was like cool because some mini golfs are just lame, right?
Yeah,
and
they did have a lot
really
of cool, like, little setups and stuff.
Yeah.
So we've been to the aquarium before, but it was cool to go back. And they have this, like, crazy mirrored, like, there's a lot of mirror themes, but there's this crazy mirrored octopus on the outside, and
it's like giant. It's like 3 stories high.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of, like, a sea life kind of thing.
Yeah, this one had a little like scavenger hunt for Elliot, which was kind of good because we've already been there before, so we've already kind of seen some of the stuff. So they have all these octopi hidden in each little section, and you have to mark it off, and it, like, you get a little sticker at the end or something. So he really liked that. It was fun to find all those. And he loved we call it, like, the potato chip wall. It looks like Pringles on the wall at the end.
Yeah, you can, like, climb up.
And Nick climbed up in there, if I remember right.
Yeah, I went up to the top.
I was like, I'm out. I'm not doing that. That looks like I'm going to get stuck.
So we did check out a few restaurants while we were down there. One of them was the Dockside Cafe, I think is what it's called. And they had, like, a robot that came out to serve you.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be a robot, like, the whole time, but they kind of just brought the robot out to deliver the food, but it was still really cool.
And while we were there was, like, tornadoes rolling through the area, so the alarms are going off, and it was kind of crazy.
It was definitely, the weather that weekend was a little iffy, and Elliot was pretty, like, worried about the tornado sirens going off. And Nick's sister did not think that was going to happen and bet Nick if the tornado sirens went off that she would buy us dinner.
So we did finally go to Silver Dollar City, and we definitely dealt with the weather there too. In some ways it was nice because, you know, it was early on in the season and the weather wasn't super great. So the lines were, like, non-existent. We could pretty much just ride whatever we wanted to, especially near the end of the day. It was pouring down rain.
It was a very wet day. Like, I think that it rained on and off pretty much all day.
Yeah.
Which definitely contributed to shorter lines. Like, Jessie and I walked on to Time Traveler. That's unheard of. And we rode it and got off and went right back in. We walked on twice. For us to walk onto that one, I'm like.
So when we first got there, they do have, like, a taste of the season or something.
A tasting passport.
Yeah, that you can get, and you can get, like, a couple food items or whatever for a discounted price. And we got some walking tacos right when we get there because they're awesome. Those
are one of our favorites that they have.
And they also had, like, some cider that was really good.
Oh yeah, they had caramel apple cider.
Yeah.
So good. I actually bought the stuff and we can make it at home. We should do that tonight.
But one of the other big things that I was excited about for this trip was, you know, last time we went to Silver Dollar City, we rode Fire in the Hole for the last time because they were closing that ride. And they've opened a new one, and we got to ride Fire in the Hole for the first time, the new one, on this trip.
Yes. And how was it?
It was pretty awesome.
Well, also, the best part was we just walked right on.
Yeah, there was no line. It was awesome. My sister had never been to Silver Dollar City, so, like, she was like, like I had my fire in the hole hat on and everything like that. And like she's like, "What is this ride?"
Like, you guys are really into this, and we're like, "Just wait."
And it was cool. Like I still kind of like the old one where like it's just a little more like authentic, I feel.
It definitely like has that old charm, right?
Yeah. And it still has that, but like it has some newer effects, and those are cool too. And you can definitely see a lot better. Like the old one, there was a lot of areas that were like really dark and stuff like that. They still have Red Flanders and his pants and all that stuff.
The bald knobbers.
Yeah, so it's the same ride, but like it's almost like an HD remake of the old ride.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool. I love that it was smoother and that everything was working. I feel like that definitely, like, you want everything to work and have the same feel, right?
So we also rode, like, the pirate ship a bunch. That was a really fun ride.
Elsie got to ride the ladybugs and the frogs in the little Grand Exposition area. That was pretty cute. She really liked the ladybugs.
Yeah, she had a lot of fun. They were like the little rides where they just kind of spin around, and she had a blast on those.
But we had to get our tater twists. That was really good. They have all these seasonings. They have like dried ketchup and like dry like cheddar. Like you sprinkle it on there. It's really good. So as we said, it was raining a lot. And we were kind of waiting to see, at 6 o'clock, they had a parade. And it had Rudolph and all of those characters from the claymation Christmas movie. So we wanted to see them. But it was pouring. Yeah,
it started pouring down at the time. And we kind of like hid inside of this like shop for a little bit. And then right outside the shop is where the parade started going through. And so we rushed out there. It's like pouring down rain. And there's this parade coming through. And it was just craziness.
I will say those employees that were doing that parade were dedicated because they were out there just smiling and waving like nothing was happening. Yeah. And it was pouring. We were all like, yay, Christmas.
So after the parade, we decided let's get one more ride in and let's go on the train.
Now, if you've ever been on the train at Silver Dollar City, it's usually like a little show at like kind of halfway point of the train route. And it's usually really funny. It's like these two guys who are robbing the train. So that's what we thought. So we had been selling, this train is so funny. It's going to be so fun. And by the time we got back to the train, it was like still raining. And the train is open on the sides. Yeah. So we're going on this train.
Yeah,
it's
pouring down cold. Rain in there.
The rain is coming in through the sides. We're all soaked.
My sister is like hysterically laughing because
we all just
not only is it raining on the train, but then we get on the train and it's supposed to have a bunch of Christmas lights and stuff like that.
Nothing's working.
They announced, well, none of the lights are working because of all the rain. So it's like just dark.
It's supposed to be like Christmas, like outlines of things all throughout the woods on your train ride. Nothing. It's just
and so we're all like good and hysterical. Brian's getting mad. Like it's just craziness. And then it stops in the middle of the woods and like there's this like grandpa guy that sits there on the rocking chair and like does this whole like
Story of Jesus.
And like by the time we get off the train, everybody's just
we're all just like lost it. Like we all are like hysterically laughing. Like it's funny looking back now, but at the time I remember just being like, what is going on?
Yeah, and we were just like head to toe, just soaked.
Fully soaked.
And they have a stroller and everything, and all that's all wet, and it was nuts.
Yeah, but we survived. And I will say it was raining throughout the day, but for the most part, it was manageable. Yeah. It was just that last little bit. And that train ride, really.
So we did also get to do a lot of the classics. Like, we played in the playground with the little air cannon things. We rode the Grand Exposition coaster.
Grandfather's Mansion.
Oh, yeah, we did Grandfather's Mansion. So we got to do all the typical Silver Dollar City things, too.
And, of course, we went to all the shops, and we saw some demonstrations and stuff like that.
We got to meet Rudolph, too. Mandy got a picture with Rudolph, and I think Jessie and Elsie got one.
And I had, like, a Rudolph headband and like light up necklace. So
we also like decked out in like Christmas gear. Like we had like Christmas shirts on and and Christmas light
Yes.
necklaces and all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff.
And it was like the beginning of November, so we all looked like really celebrating early.
Yeah.
But it was great, and it really did start off the Christmas season. Like, we started off strong, and we had like 2 full months of Christmas craziness.
And so it was a really fun trip. Because it rained all day, we ended up getting a rainy day pass, which means we can come back to Silver Dollar City.
For free?
So stay tuned for Silver Dollar City Part 2.